Good morning, Mr. Sal. Thank you very much for joining us. Could you tell us how Cekeshe is doing at the moment?
Currently, he's doing poorly, very, very bad. I spoke with his mom on Friday. The family was called in by the prison's social worker. They've referred him to a psychologist and to a psychiatrist. The last couple of months has been horrendous on him, and he's really struggling in prison. He's close to a mental breakdown, and we're now fighting full steam ahead to get him out of prison. It's not conducive to him.
There have been a lot of convoluted turns on this case. What, in your view, has gone wrong here?
A lot. For example, the first petition we lodged in September was returned to me last week by the High Court, saying that they don't have the reasons for the sentencing. And that's addressed in our petition, saying that the record is incomplete. We can't find the transcripts, we can't find
So you literally can't find the original judgment?
It does not exist.
Why is that? And how unusual is that in a South African court?
Very unusual. Usually the records can either be constructed by the previous attorneys or by the court itself, but this section just does not exist. And without it, we've sort of hit a brick wall. So I've relodged a petition further explaining why the records aren't available, but it's up to the court to decide what they want to do. But the High Court can say without the record they cannot grant the leave. Now,
my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is that his initial set of lawyers, and there's now a new team, said to him, here's the video evidence, it's you in the video, best you plead guilty, I presume, for a lighter sentence. Is that your understanding of what happened?
That is what was held out to the public and to Kanya what happened. But when I've spoken with him last time and when he appeared in the Johannesburg Magistrates Court, he's never seen the video. He was just told by the prosecutor and by his attorney that the video is there, it's damning evidence, you can't get past it, you're clearly identified on it, plead guilty and hope for the best. And I've seen the video, you cannot identify him on it. And I'm sure if Kanya saw the video before he pleaded guilty, his instructions to his attorneys would have been different.
Now, we have got footage of the video, which we believe is the video. I'd like to play it so that our viewers can see it and then we can chat about it. Let's take a quick look. So in the red circle is allegedly Kanya Cekeshe, and putting in what looks like a petrol bomb or some form of incendiary device into that vehicle. So, Mr. Stell, is that what you've seen? Is that what is believed to be?
That is a video that I received from another reporter, but I don't know if that's the video that was allegedly placed in the docket. The prosecutor previously confirmed that the video was never shown to court. When I spoke with him afterwards, he wrote a nasty letter to me saying that the video was indeed shown to court. And then a few days later, I had a meeting with him in his office, and he again confirmed that no video was shown to court. So I don't know if this is the video that the state relied on. It's just a video that I've received from other reporters.
So why would he plead guilty if he hasn't seen a video? Why would he do that?
That's where we come in with the very bad legal advice that he received. We believe that Kanya wasn't advised properly. If the video was shown to him, you can see from the video that no person is identifiable from that. And Kanya would have seen that it's just impossible to plead guilty.
I'm going to read you something that the magistrate, when denying bail, said, and I got this from a Mail and Guardian article, and I'm quoting from the magistrate. He said, "The applicant is not an immature or unsophisticated or uneducated man. To the contrary, after matriculating, he started studying law, but subsequently changed to media studies. He had more than enough time during the trial and application for leave to appeal against sentencing to raise any objection to the manner in which his trial was conducted, if he had any. The fact that he briefed the same advocate to apply for leave to appeal against sentence indicates he had trust in his competency." So why didn't he raise a red flag about his legal treatment before now?
It's purely ignorance. The fact that Kanya started studying law means nothing. A first-year law student in the first 6 months only studies the basics of the principles of law. He doesn't know better or how a trial should be conducted or what evidence is permissible. Kanya might have finished school and he's an intelligent man, but he knows nothing of the law and the legal system. He relied on the advice of his attorney and his advocate. And he would not have known at the time that it's incorrect advice. He believed in them as his professionals, that they've got his best interests at heart, and later on turned out to be false.
Carsten also went on to say that the video footage was shown to Cekeshe, so he disagrees. And it was not true to say he'd not seen it. I'm just going to read you what he says in that regard. "As far as the court is concerned, it is crystal clear that the applicant admitted to all allegations in the charge sheet. There are no discrepancies between the allegations in the charge sheet and admissions made by the application, and none of the admissions are ambiguous. In as far as the admissions made by the applicant are concerned, there's no merit in any of the arguments put forward by the defence counsel." He's absolutely slammed your team. You've got a high-profile lawyer on this. What's going on?
That's simply incorrect. If you read the charge sheet...
So you're saying the magistrate's got it completely wrong?
Completely wrong. The charge sheet says that Kanya intended to damage the vehicle and injure the persons in the car. If you look at Kanya's guilty plea, he says they waited until everyone had left the car. The car was unoccupied before they moved to it. That's just one of the inconsistencies that's between the charge sheet and the guilty plea. And the magistrate got it wrong completely again.
Why would the magistrate get it so wrong? It's their job to examine the evidence, surely.
I've got my own opinions about why the magistrate got it wrong. But that's neither here nor there. We're fighting to make sure that a different court will come to the true facts and see that he did not plead guilty to all of the elements of the crime and to the elements preferred in the charge sheet.
So what is the next step? Because the current attempts have been denied, bail has been denied. We have seen Justice Minister Ronald Lamola very interestingly putting out that tweet after bail was denied this last time, saying the option of a presidential pardon is something that he can apply for. Not saying that he would want, that he took sides in any way, but a clear suggestion that that is a route to go towards. But I believe it's premature. That cannot be done yet. Is that right?
That's correct. We appreciate the Minister's willingness to assist with a pardon. But we cannot, and he cannot do anything with the pardon until the legal process has been finalized. So until all the appeals and the petitions are over, then only can we apply for the pardon.
There's been a lot of debate across South Africa about this, and there are two very strong schools of thought. And I think a lot of us feel quite conflicted. On the one hand, many people say this man admitted to destroying property, police property, which is extremely serious. He happened to be caught on camera. So sorry for him. He needs to actually deal with the consequences of his actions. Many people feel we can't just let someone out of prison for destroying property. On the other hand, there were a lot of students involved in destroying property. He was perhaps unlucky enough to be caught on camera. And there's a sense that they were fighting for a righteous cause. What would you say to the people who say, sorry, he did something wrong, he actually broke the law, he deserves to be in prison?
I too am conflicted. If you commit a crime, you must be punished. That is true. But if you look at, and that's what we put in our petition, if you look at the bigger reason for the protest, and the reason Kanya was part of it, and the goal that they tried to achieve, it's not something that should or could be punished. They were fighting for a much bigger cause. They were fighting for students that can't afford accommodation or education. And that fight continues. The country will never prosper if young people do not get education that they cannot afford. And this fight was for education for people to go that could normally not afford it.
Does it justify the destruction of police property in a democracy?
At the end of this whole fight, you will see that the ends justify the means. Destroying property to a certain extent, if you need to do that to get your message across, then so be it. If you look at the apartheid struggle, I'm not comparing it to Kanya's struggle at all, but certain things were done that in normal circumstances would not be acceptable, but at the end of the day, it achieved the cause.
Legally, what is the next step that you're taking now?
We've relodged the appeal to address the sentencing and the conviction. We're waiting for the outcome of that. But again, the struggle of that is the incomplete record. So if we do not get that leave to appeal, we'll go to a higher court. But on the other side, we're also looking at applying for parole for Kanya. He's near to the end of his non-parole period. So hopefully that is a second avenue we can look at.
How hopeful are you that he'll be out for Christmas?
Personally, and my own opinion, very hopeful. I still wish to have him for Christmas lunch. But if I look at the courts are just over-congested, through no fault of its own, the system is busy. So I doubt that he'll be out for Christmas.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming in and bringing such clarity to the case. That was Vicar Stale, as part of the legal team for Kanya Cekeshe.